29 weeks. Oh my goodness. When you start to say it out loud like that, it really hits home that countdown is on. So, a few things have changed and happened this week. First of all, I decided I was going to try to see if I could have some dairy, like outside of cheese, like cheese I've been able to eat. With all my pregnancies, though, I become a little bit lactose intolerant, and I can't have the ones that have higher amounts of it, so milk, yogurt, things like that. So I had some ice cream. It went fine. I had like a teaspoon of yogurt. It went fine. So I'm very cautious because feeling sick, like I've had enough of it. And that went fine. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to buy like a 1 liter of milk and just try it out. And sure enough, I'm all right. Yay. So I can now have my dairy again, which is great because I have been craving it. I don't know if it's just because of the body needing the calcium now more than it did before or what. But I can have it and I'm thrilled. Like the first day that after I realized that I could have it again, I think I had like cereal for breakfast. I had French vanilla yogurt with fruit for snack, and for dessert I think I had some ice cream. I was just like making up for lost time. And then with that though, which is odd, is my food aversions are starting to come back a little bit. Like I don't want to drink anything warm. No hot water with honey, nothing. Just the thought of it just sets my stomach off. I made this recipe that I make all the time in the fall and winter. It's a crock pot recipe, and I just was smelling it during the day, cooking, and just the sight of it, I was just like, nope, not gonna eat it. And it's a shame because this recipe makes a large amount. Like it makes like 3 family meals. My husband's gonna have to eat them all because I'm not doing it. So it's kind of strange. My food aversions have come back, and a little bit of my nausea with certain foods has come back, but I can have the dairy. So I'm thrilled. Another thing that has changed is my circulation. I could sit cross-legged before or have my feet up a certain way, but I find now that I get the tingles and the pins and needles with my circulation issues if I sit cross-legged or in certain positions or have my legs crossed or have my arm up, where it would never do it before outside of pregnancy. And even with my other pregnancies, I don't remember having it be that my body be that sensitive and have parts of my body go to sleep so easily. Aches and pains are getting a lot more. I've had to sleep on the couch a few times this week just because our couch, let's see if you can see it here. So it's a sectional. The wedge part is super comfortable, but the 2 outside ones are recliners and the middle one isn't. So the middle one, it's naturally a bit firmer. So when you sleep on it, it's so firm that it supports your belly a little bit more. So I need to try to start some pillows underneath the stomach because I'll start to get some aches and pains in my hips on the side, on both sides, but especially the side that I'm not on. And then when I move to roll over, my belly is like, and the ligament pain is so intense. I even found this week that walking on the stairs, I felt like I needed to support my stomach sometimes. It has, like I'll show you in a bit, but it has grown more outwards, I think, this week. And so I'm just kind of, as the body adjusts to that, I'm like, I just need to support it a little bit more because it's uncomfortable for a baby. Oh my word, this is such an active child. The other night, it was kicking and rolling for like a couple hours. I'm just like, don't you need to go to sleep? It's like normally like a 30-minute period of time, right? But this went on and on and on, and it's hilarious because it's still small enough, and there's still enough room for it to lie head and feet. So sometimes I'll have this boom, 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 boom on each side of my stomach, and it's like a car going over speed bumps. That's what my stomach feels like. It's just like one side, one side, one side. And it's so funny, and I'm just like, And then other times I can tell the baby's head down, bum on my side, often more on my right side, and then a foot in my right rib. And I'll have it top to bottom, it kicking back and forth, back and forth. It's hilarious. But also, I can totally feel the rolls. And one night, I woke up, I had my hand on my stomach, and it was like, I don't know what body part it was, but it pushed up, and it went up and over, and you could see it, a little heel or something, just like my stomach was raised so much on that one part. And that happens quite often. I can feel the head or the bum, and you can see it, and it just kind of looks like an alien's in there. And I really hope I can catch it on camera one time, because it's kind of like creepy looking and feeling, but it's kind of neat to know that the baby's strong enough to do it, but still has enough room in there to do that, because pretty soon it'll get pretty locked in. And the last thing is, I had my maternity doctor's appointment, and it went relatively well. Baby's looking good, growing good. I'm measuring right on the dot, where I'm always kind of thinking that I'm measuring a little bit ahead. I'm not. I am measuring now right on the dot, so that's great to know. And I'll tell my mom that, because she thinks I'm so huge. And and then I got back my results from my gestational diabetes glucose tolerance test, and I am fine, which I am just over the moon about. And I also got the blood work results back that the doctor did to, again, see the markers and things for the hypertension and the premature baby, or delivering. And they came back fine. So everything's looking really good. At this point, this child is the healthiest that I've so far will, at this point have, because there was concerns about both babies already by this time. Or Zayden, I guess, the concerns didn't rise with him until about 32 weeks. But Fenix had quite a few. And I'm doing pretty well. Blood pressure, was never on medications during my pregnancy for the other, but I'm still on 1 tablet a day. But I was thrilled to hear all of that good news. And yeah, I'll show you the Bella now. There we are, 29-week belly. I think it's come out. The distance between here and here seems to be a bit greater. Front. My smaller side. So I don't think a lot of change from last week. Still no line, still no stretch marks, still an innie. And this week for weight gain, I didn't gain anything, so I still have gained 13 pounds in 29 weeks now. My history will state that if I don't gain a pound one week, that I'll gain 2 or 3 the next, so we'll see. I almost forgot to show you my purchase this week. I remembered right before I was about to upload the video. So this week I got some of the Medela nipple cream. So this one is 59 mils, and it was $11.50, I believe. So that will do me for a bit, hopefully. Now I'm set for breastfeeding, so I got my nursing bra, nursing pads, and nipple cream. So that is